Oh! I didn't see you there. Hello, I'm Tim, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Chapter 9, Dynamics of Interpersonal Relationships. My group and I have presented to you the relationship of Travis and Kylie. Within this relationship, there were many decisions that were made that ended up not working out in the end. Travis with his Tinder use, Kylie getting very upset and not really being able to get to Travis about her grievances about that. And therefore, you will learn why this relationship died. And hopefully, throughout seeing this, maybe you cannot replicate any of the mistakes that were made. So join us and look through all of the conversations and the breakdown of each one to see where everything went wrong.
We are likely to develop relationships with those we interact with frequently. This is the concept of proximity in communication studies. The more you interact with certain people, the more you are likely to connect with them and form a relationship. Let's take a look at what proximity looks like in the storyline of Kylie and Travis.
Man, that lecture was brutal today, huh?
I know, I almost fell asleep.
You know, I've been sitting next to you all semester. I don't think I met
Kylie,
Travis.
nice to meet you.
You too. Would you like to go out sometime? Maybe grab some food?
Sure, that would be really fun.
Nice to meet you.
As you just watched, Kylie and Travis found a mutual liking with each other and decided to go out. This occurrence was strongly persuaded by their proximity. Because they sat next to each other all semester, their physical closeness led them to develop a relationship. Self-disclosure is the process of communication in which a person reveals information about themselves that is not typically made available to others. This information can include thoughts, feelings, goals, failures, fears, dreams, and more. Self-disclosure plays a key role in forming strong relationships. It can make people feel closer, understand one another better, and cooperate more effectively. Emotional rather than factual disclosure is particularly important for boosting empathy and building trust. Something to note is that this applies to both mediated communication and face-to-face communication. Let's see how Travis demonstrates emotional self-disclosure with Kylie. Opening up to Kylie about his parents' divorce, something personal that happened to him as a child, Travis has started to build a stronger bond with Kylie. He trusts her enough to disclose this type of private information, and this will lead Kylie to understand Travis's reliability on her. In turn, this will persuade Kylie to rely back on Travis. Even though it's an early stage in the relationship, it helps build liking and mutual romance. Our next concept to look at is the similarity thesis. The similarity thesis states that similarities form the basis of relationships. Similarities are validating. It's comforting to know someone who seems to like the same things you like, appears to have similar values, and may even be of the same race, economic class, or educational standing. They also enable us to make fairly accurate predictions of the other person. Ultimately, we are attracted to those who remind us of ourselves.
Whoa, watch where you're going. Travis? No way. I haven't seen you in a couple days.
Yeah, what are you up to tonight?
Not much. Just watching the Lakers game.
No way. I love the Lakers.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love watching basketball.
That's awesome. We have so much in common.
Like, so much.
We have so much in common.
Like, way too much.
As you just saw, we assume similar people will like us, so in turn, we like them. Now let's take a look at the idea of competency. We like to be around talented people, probably because we hope their skills and abilities will rub off on us. However, too much competence can be overwhelming. We tend to be uncomfortable around those who are too competent, probably because in comparison, we look bad. In the next scene, Travis and Kylie demonstrate their thoughts of competency within the relationship.
Wow, that party was really fun.
It was so fun. Well, catch you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Travis was so funny tonight. He was making the whole crowd laugh. His humor is so contagious.
Wow, Kylie was really the star of the show tonight. There wasn't a moment where she wasn't talking to someone at that party.
Travis is the best. I wish I was as funny as Travis.
Kylie is so intelligent and smart. I wish I had the people skills Kylie has.
So, Travis is around a talented person, Kylie, who is very good at socializing. He wants to be around her so some of her good communication skills and talent can rub off on him and he can become better at communicating. On the other hand, Kylie admires Travis's sense of humor. She wishes that some of his humor would rub off on her. Both Kylie and Travis see positive qualities of the other person, and both desire to have some of those qualities themselves. By hanging out together, they both hope to gain these attributes from the other person.
One of the best known models of relational stages was developed by Mark Knapp, and according to him, there are 10 stages that can happen in a relationship. The first 5 ones form the coming together part of the relationship, while the other 5 form the coming apart part of the relationship. We'll be first discussing the initial 5 stages, which include the initiating phase, the experimenting phase, the intensifying phase, the integrating phase, and finally the bonding phase. These 5 stages will be presented to you by the following skit.
Hi,
Hey,
you look cute.
thank you. Kylie, nice to meet you.
Travis.
Nice to meet you.
You wanna go outside get a drink?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks for the drink.
Yeah, no problem. So what do you do?
So I actually am an influencer. Like, what do you do for a living?
Well, the casual. I'm a rapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to go shopping with your cousin Leah, and we're like best friends now. But can I have some money? Like, cause I'm going
Sure.
shopping. Oh,
Have
thank
some.
you. Bye.
I think it's time to ask you that one question. Kylie, will you marry me? Kylie, do you want to take Travis as your husband?
Yes. Kylie and Travis went through a lot in such a short amount of time, but we just wanted to use the skits to really visually show you the 5 initial stages of coming together in the Knapp's model. But let's just go through all of them together. So they met at the club where the first initiating stage happened. So Travis approached Kylie. So the initiating stage really just included him saying hi, introducing himself, and just showing that he's worth talking to her. So they went on to the night bar, and that's when the experimenting stage started. They started asking each other questions that are basically small talk. They asked like each other, like, what do you do in your free time? Do you have kids? Those are questions that you ask in the second stage, in the experimenting stage, just to really make sure that you have enough common ground and just to start getting the other person to know better. Then we have the intensifying stage. The intensifying stage is just spending more time together, which can be seen by them going to a restaurant or maybe even going to Bali, because why not if you have a private jet? Then they're moving on to the integrating stage. And in our skits, it was presented by Kylie approaching him in their living room, asking him for money because she wants to go with his cousin to the mall to go shopping. And there we see that they have mutual friends. So his cousin became her best friend, and they're even starting to share money. And the last stage was the most romantic stage ever. Kylie and Travis fell in love, and Travis asked the question. By just engaging, they're already symbolizing gestures to the world that their relationship exists and that they really mean it with each other. But then they go a step further and they marry each other at a beautiful location. So as we could see, Kylie and Travis went through all 5 stages such a short amount of time, but they did. And I hope our skits helped you better understand and more easily understand the initial stages of the Knapp's model, or the coming together part. Moving on, we're gonna take a look at another interesting concept which you might not really have been thinking about before this, but it's actually really true when you just take a look at your relationships with other people. The social exchange theory. This theory really just tells us that we seek out people that give us rewards that are greater or equal to the cost that we encounter with dealing with the relationship. To really demonstrate you this concept more in detail and help you really understand it, we'll have another skit for you.
Oh my god, I had to do his laundry every single day in his house. He doesn't even help me out. Why am I even in this relationship?
Hey babe, I got you something to eat. Are you hungry?
He brought me something to eat and drink. As long as he gives me something, I'm gonna keep doing his laundry because I love food. So let's go eat.
But if you pay close attention to what I said about the social exchange theory before and to what Kylie and Travis went through in the skit, you might see a connection. So at the beginning, when Kylie was folding the laundry, she was getting really upset and just mad that she has to do that every week for him. In that moment, she felt like the costs of dealing with the relationship are higher than the rewards of the relationship. And that's when she started really like questioning, why am I even in this relationship? What am I getting out of this? However, as Travis came in with food and drinks, which who doesn't love that, she realized that there might be some rewards and that he's actually at least putting the same amount of input as Kylie is to the relationship. And it all worked out. She calmed down, so we still did it. The next concept I want to go over is kind of correlated to the social exchange theory discussed before. It is called the comparison level, and it's basically the minimum standard of what behavior is acceptable. So basically, how bad a person can hurt you for you to still accept it. And if this is still not clear enough, we prepared, of course, a skit for you, and hopefully it will make it easier for you to understand it.
Why are you looking at other girls on Instagram?
Why are you looking at my phone?
I've seen you scrolling. What do you mean?
Oh, babe,
like, am I not good enough?
no, I only write and text with you. No.
Like, why are you lying to me? I don't get it. I've seen
I'm
you.
not,
Like, no, I
I'm
don't want to
not.
talk. I guess Tyga was worse. Like, he really cheated on me. Travis just liked other girls' pictures. I mean, nobody's perfect. I guess I have to apologize.
So what happened? Travis was obviously on Instagram scrolling and just liking other girls' pictures. Even though Kylie got mad, freaked out, left the room, she still forgave Travis and moved on with the relationship. Kylie didn't have really any experience with a good guy, so her expectations were very low, and her boundaries and limits of how bad someone can screw up for her to still accept it were also very low. And because her boundaries are nobody's perfect, she still forgave Travis and gave him another chance. But looking back at the skit where Kylie and Travis had this argument, even though Kylie forgave him, what if she still feels upset? What comes next? The next thing that will come is social support. This concept is describing the act of helping others during a challenging time by providing emotional, informational, or instrumental resource. This is basically showing empathy to the other person. So let's take a look at another skit that will help you understand this concept.
Even though he's with me, like, liking other girls' pictures still hurts my feelings, you know?
I do understand you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I know where you're going through. But listen, you two have to sit down and talk about it. Say, like, you don't like it. You don't want him to do that because you feel insecure. Just talk to each other. That's the best way to get out.
Thank you.
Well, as you could see, Kim did a wonderful job in calming her down, providing a sounding board, and just being there for her and showing empathy. By saying that Kim got cheated on before, she's showing that she can put herself into Kylie's position and she understands how she's feeling. But Kim also provided some informative resources by telling her a way to deal with the situation, because she's been through it and might as well give some advice. This was a great example of empathy, and I hope this helped and you're now ready to socially support your friend during the next breakup.
Now here's where metacommunication comes into play. So metacommunication is defined as communication about another communication or dialogue. Essentially, it's talking about how others are speaking and how you're speaking and trying to gain a common ground between those two. So here we have Kylie talking to Travis, explaining that she doesn't like how he talks to her, and his reply is that he doesn't like how she talks to him. They don't like the dialogue between each other, and this comes out as a very negative metacommunication, but still stands for the term itself.
Hey Travis, when you seemed not to care about my feelings and shouted at me, it really hurt my feelings.
Kylie, I do care. Look, I know we don't really talk about how we interact with each other and all, but in the end, I love you. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I wasn't in the right state of mind. I didn't realize what I was saying. Okay, I do care in the end. I love you.
I just feel like you don't get what I'm saying. You never listen to me.
What? No, I know. Look, it may not seem that way, but I'm listening. I'm here, and I care what you have to say. I'm always there for you. I may not express it enough, but I listen to everything, and I try to be the best I can for you.
Your Tinder use rots me to the core. You always brush it off like it's no big deal, but it is to me.
Look, it really isn't a big deal. You're over-exaggerating. I know exactly what I'm doing on the app. It's nothing serious, and you're just overreacting, okay? Just relax about it. I love you. You're the one. No random girl on Tinder is going to do anything. It's just to play around. Me and the boys downloaded it because we're bored. Look, don't take it seriously. I obviously don't take it seriously, and let's forget it even happens. It's just something I do on the side. It doesn't even matter.
I just wish you never got on that site. I always feel terrible whenever it's brought up.
I don't appreciate you acting like that. It's something I like to do, and the way you talk about how you feel about it, I just don't agree with. I don't like your tone. I don't like what you're saying. Just the whole thing bothers me. So yeah, it might rot you to your core, but it's rotting me as well, how you're dealing with it. So please try to stop that because it's bothering me. Okay, so the next part we're going to cover is relational maintenance. This is kind of the middle part of the relationship stage model, and pretty much involves the escalating and then kind of the downward fall of a relationship. So it starts with the integrating phase, then goes to the bonding when they're super close, and this is probably the peak. And then it starts to go down with differentiating as they're starting to kind of put themselves into more of 2 units instead of 1. And then kind of goes into circumscribing where they kind of, deplete their relationship even further. So here we're going to depict the integrating phase. And this is where any couple relationship makes it known that they're a social unit, they're together, especially through the means of social media. So here we have Kylie and Travis talking to each other about how they're going to be Facebook official and show each other off, and everyone's going to know, and that everyone's going to love them, and they're going to be the talk of the town. They're going to be the it couple that a lot of people kind of fantasize about. So here's the integrating stage. This is them kind of getting into that bonding sort of phase, but not quite there yet, but making it publicly known that they're a thing, definitely.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait to show us off on Facebook.
Yo, I can't wait either. Oh my god, I can't wait to show us off to my friends, my family, the homies. It's gonna be so cool. My parents can be so proud of me. You're just the perfect girl, and I want everyone to know that. I think everyone's gonna be jealous too. It's gonna be so good. Everyone's gonna see how perfect we are. It's gonna be amazing. Beautiful photos, beautiful comments. It's just gonna be awesome.
You're the best. I can't wait until people see us. We're gonna be the hottest couple in town.
Oh my god, I can't wait too. Now that we're official, we're gonna have so many fun times, hanging out at the beach, going on long walks. I can't wait. I'm so happy we're together. This is amazing. I love you so much. This is great. Now everyone's gonna know. Nice.
I love you too. I'm so happy we're together. All the memories we've already made, and there's so many more to come.
Oh, definitely. You're just so special. I just want to show you off. I love you so much. I can't wait. Everyone's going to know that we're together, and it's going to be amazing. Everyone's gonna be so jealous. Now we're about to look at some relational transgression. So with this concept, essentially two people or anyone in a relationship, whether it be intimate or a friendship, kind of cross the boundaries that were implicitly or explicitly agreed on in the beginning. Here we got Travis and Kylie in an intimate relationship, and Travis swiping right on Tinder, which was already somewhat of a violation, but the fact that he took it even a step further with communicating with the girl on Tinder made it a huge boundary cross for Kylie. This is the kind of, it isn't pretty for the relationship. It's definitely a knock on everything as a whole because he's doing stuff on Tinder. It's definitely a transgression of, the ultimate high that they experienced together in their relationship. So here we start to kind of see the peak even off a little bit because this is definitely a huge boundary cross for Kylie. She's very exclusive to her partner and she wants that to be reciprocated. Travis obviously didn't really put the effort to make that happen in the form of going on Tinder and swiping and even talking to the people that he matched with.
You were actually talking to one of them?
What? No, it was nothing. I said I said, hey, it wasn't even a big deal. It didn't mean anything. I was trying to make a friend or something. I'm bored. You don't have to worry about it. It meant nothing to me. Okay, nothing's gonna happen out of it.
I thought you said you didn't take that app seriously.
Look, I did say that, and I still don't take it seriously. I'm just playing around. Come on, please. I don't take it seriously. Come on. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's just an app. I see the notification. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just send hi. I'm not doing anything with them. I don't even know who they are in person. It's no big deal. Come on.
I made it 100% clear that I didn't want you doing anything with any other girl except in me.
Look, I know, but I'm not doing anything with her. All we did was just have some small talk on the app. It didn't mean anything to either of us. Look, I can have you talk to her too. It doesn't matter. It meant nothing. It was the most platonic conversation ever. She said, what's up? And I said, nothing much. How about you? And that was it. Look, I'm not doing anything with this girl. You're the one for me. It doesn't mean it. It doesn't. Look, I can't even speak right now. Come on. Just hear me out. It didn't mean anything.
Travis, I just thought you were better than that. I really thought you were better than that.
I am better than that. You're reading too far into it. Look, don't take it too seriously. I went into it knowing that we wouldn't do anything, but look, it's nothing on me. If anything, it's on her because she messaged me. So, look, just relax about it, and it doesn't reflect me. I was just messing around.
Just leave me alone for a little bit. I need to think about all this.
Fine. It doesn't even mean anything to me. Fine, go think about it. The end of the conversation between Travis and Kylie shows dialectical tensions at full force. You could see the disagreement between the two on how the relationship should go. Travis wants a more open and adventurous relationship that involves Tinder, and Kylie wants a more exclusive bond with her partner. Essentially, they weren't made to be together, especially in an intimate setting. There's an obvious clash between what they want in each other, and to be honest, it doesn't really seem like they're too clear on what they want for themselves in the long run for a long-run relationship. So the dialectical tensions are shown as there's a huge disagreement on how the relationship should be cared for. They both have a huge disagreement, and this disagreement is tearing them apart essentially with tones rising and emotions getting involved in a negative manner. In the end, these two aren't made to be together, and it's shown through the motives not being compatible whatsoever.
So the next term that we decided to cover is the coming apart area in Knapp's model. So in Knapp's model of relational stages, the coming apart area contains the stages involving a relationship where, as you could probably guess, the couple is coming apart from each other. So it starts with differentiating and then goes on to describe circumscribing, stagnating, avoiding, and terminating. So differentiating is when partners find themselves wanting to get their individual identity back.
Circumscribing is then when couples limit their interactions with each other and, want to spend more time on their own. If circumscribing continues, then the relationship often goes into stagnating, where it just becomes stagnant and kind of uncomfortable for everyone. From there, because of this discomfort, there's avoidance, which is often disguised with excuses and stuff like that. And then the final stage is, of course, terminating when the relationship ends. So let's take a look at how Kylie and Travis are dealing with this phase. What's this? So what you guys just saw is an example of the terminating stage in the coming apart model. Kylie and Travis's relationship has been kind of going downhill, heading this way for a while. It's been really stagnant and uncomfortable. Now, Travis has initiated the termination stage by leaving her this note and ending the relationship in a really bad way. So the next term we wanted to cover is the dialectic of integration versus separation, specifically inclusion versus exclusion within that. So dialectical tensions are conflicts that come up when two incompatible or opposing desires exist at the same time in one relationship. So the dialectic of integration versus separation describes the two conflicting desires for connection and then also independence and wanting to be your own person within that relationship. So for the next term, we're going to look at, like I said, a specific tension within the dialectic of integration separation, which is the inclusion versus exclusion dialectic. The inclusion-exclusion dialectic is an external operation and describes the desire for a couple to be involved with others outside the relationship while also spending time together within the relationship. Well, I just made this post trying to find some people to go on double dates with because we're feeling a little bored. I've already got 21 comments, so things are looking pretty good. So here the couple has chosen the mindset of inclusion. They want to feel included in the dating culture, so Kylie made that status to see new people outside of their relationship and be a part of that community. They have a need to be surrounded by other people, specifically couples in the situation, to help expand their relationship together and not go into the coming apart stage. So the next term is the dialectic of stability versus change, specifically predictability versus novelty. So the dialectic of stability versus change acknowledges that stability is a need in relationships, definitely, but too much of it can lead to a feeling of staleness, and it manifests internally. So the predictability versus novelty dialectic is within the stability versus change dialectic and describes the tension between the expected versus the unexpected, when everything has become a little too stale and expected in the relationship. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, just chilling outside.
Sweet. I'm just chilling in bed, and I just wanted to tell you, me, this Friday, I ordered an Airbnb, and we're going to stay for the weekend. It's going to be lit.
Oh my god, this is a crazy surprise. I didn't even expect this. It's been so long since we've done something like this.
Yeah, well, I had to treat my girl, like it's so special.
Oh my god, babe, I'm so excited. You're the best. I can't wait.
Yes, me too. Get packing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll go pack right now. Bye.
Bye.
In that FaceTime call, Travis was trying to smooth the stability versus change tension by providing some excitement and change in their relationship. Since Kylie and Travis have been together for so long, they already know everything about each other and don't really do anything new together. And then on top of this, Travis never really planned anything on his own. It was always Kylie making trips before, doing fun things like that. So by surprising her with a beach vacation that he really planned all by himself and went and got the Airbnb by himself, stuff like that, he's put some change into their relationship and surprised Kylie with his organization skills that he now is presenting. So he is bringing the need for novelty into the relationship and doing so pretty successfully. Next term that we chose to cover is the dialectic of expression versus privacy, specifically revelation versus concealment. So along with the need for intimacy and disclosure between two people in relationships, there's also an equally important need to maintain some space between ourselves and other people. These two things can sometimes conflict with each other, which is the dialectic of expression versus privacy. There's an external struggle between expression and privacy shown specifically in the revelation versus concealment dialectic. This specifically describes the importance of keeping some things to yourself or between two parties while choosing other things that you are willing to be open about to the public and kind of the face that you want to present to the public and the world. Hey, Emily. I just wanted to go off. I'm seriously so annoyed. Travis has been the worst. He doesn't do anything. He never wants to do anything fun or anything just romantic and cute, and I feel like all of the spice and fun stuff is just gone. Like, I'm just fed up. Nothing has been the same since that beach trip that he planned. I don't know. I'm just fed up, and it's really embarrassing, and I just need to post a Facebook status with some throwback pictures from our spring break trip so that people know that we're still together. So in that situation that you just saw, Kylie is keeping her struggles that she has with Travis. Clearly she's pretty unhappy with some things that are going on, but she's keeping those between just her and Travis. She isn't choosing to be open with anyone else really besides this one friend about it, or tell people that they've been on and off and struggling for kind of a while, it seems. She really wants to conceal and shield that from the public. She only wants the public and other people to know the positive and perfect aspects of her relationship, just like the beach vacation that they just went on. So that's what she's choosing to show. Now that you've seen the relationship of Kylie and Travis fall apart, you now know some of the wrong communication choices that someone can make in a relationship. Some of the issues we saw with Kylie and Travis could have been fixed through accurate, open, and honest communication skills and competence. Relationships are really complex and dynamic, so it's important to learn better strategies on how to manage things like dialectical tensions, effectively communicate with the other person, and practice relational maintenance. Remember, if you don't take time to maintain something, it could easily fall apart. You can use some of these do's and don'ts that we've shown you in this video of relational communication in your own life to make sure that your relationship doesn't die and stays nice, healthy, and strong. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone enjoyed.